Hello everyone, and welcome to my B&B Gossips update channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Sheila is frightened and dangerous since Deacon and Taylor are unable to avoid justice. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful reveal that Deacon Sharp isn't thinking clearly, which is why he keeps making mistakes. He thinks his wife doesn't suspect him for the time being. One of the most well-known psychiatrists in the world is Taylor Hayes. However, no doctor, no matter how good, can be their own patient. She is acting recklessly and has put herself in danger, just like Deacon. Sheila Carter Sharp has forced herself to think that Taylor is selfless and Deacon is devoted. The most infamous villain is utterly incorrect. How many times has Sheila been made fun of for her horrible errors? Devoted fans are aware that disparaging Sheila has always been in style. Now, over many decades, her reputation was poorly constructed. Therefore, it seemed sense that once Sheila tried to reintegrate herself into their lives, all of the characters who had been negatively influenced in this version of Los Angeles, California, would react angrily. However, by hiding the fact that Luna Nozawa, Lisa Yamada, did not pass away last year, Sheila did not violate her marital vows to Deacon. She had no intention of hurting Deacon by making that decision, but she was in an impossible situation. Contrary to Deacon's belief, he shifted his romantic glance from Sheila to Taylor based on that storyline element. The wonderful doctor made the second error after he sought her out as his therapist. Why would Sheila's husband be accepted as a patient by someone whose family had such a horrible past with her? Deacon was not going to have any kind of surgery done by a fellow physician in the same practice or have his teeth operated on by a dental colleague. No, Taylor consented to discuss his marriage issues with him. When Taylor started to accept his personal praises and eventually flirtations, she went well beyond what was reasonable. Because Rich Forrester had broken their engagement, she was obviously fragile and let herself fall in love with Deacon. At any time, including when she consented to invite Deacon to the Finnegan family's Cliff residence, she had the option to decline. When Steffi Forrester Finnegan finds out about her mother's careless actions, she will understandably get enraged. Deacon and Taylor are two individuals. 2 hints. The Il Giardino pizza box in the living room of the Cliff house and the moans Sheila heard. In this regard, Deacon might be worse than Ridge. Nothing will be readily proven by the aforementioned. However, those crumbs plus Sheila's re-examination of what transpired when she acted in Taylor's presumed defense are causing a delayed revelation with a planned, surprising, soapy conclusion. The writing team deserves praise for not yet producing the desired result. Sheila might turn out to be just as dangerous a menace as Deacon and Taylor expect, or she might surprise them and the audience if she has time to think things through and prepare her reaction. This plot is all the more amazing because that direction might be either wonderful or disastrous. And for once we believed he was being genuine, didn't we? According to teasers on The Bold and the Beautiful, we are discussing Deacon Sharp because it appears that he may treat women worse than Ridge Forrester. For all the information you require, continue reading below. This is because, in the heat of the moment, he likes to treat everyone like they are special, possibly a bit too special. That is precisely what he is doing with Taylor Hayes at the moment, and it is also what he has done to other women in the past, such as Brooke Logan. He continues to follow the same script that he has previously used to tell his partners that he has never felt the way he feels now. Put another way, the man is a player, and given his age it seems a little desperate, don't you think? In addition, he appears to be challenging Rich Forrester to be the biggest player this made-up town of Los Angeles has ever seen, which is rather impressive. Fans of The Bold and the Beautiful obviously had a lot to say about the issue on social media. To be fair, they all say that to every person there with LOL, but it is so annoying, said one commenter. Additionally, there was this comment. Yes, it's annoying, but it also applies to the majority of characters in all soap operas. All soap operas are essentially just a collection of recurring phrases and narratives, although to be fair, it would probably be difficult to be unique when a show airs every day for decades. Sheila's investigation when Steffi loses it over Taylor's catastrophe. According to The Bold and the Beautiful, Steffi Forrester Finnegan will become enraged upon discovering what transpired at the Cliff home during her absence. As she becomes increasingly certain that something is wrong, Sheila Sharp will also conduct some research. When Taylor Hayes and Deacon Sharp tried to spend a romantic evening together, they came dangerously near. Sheila eventually thought Taylor was enjoying some me time, as Deacon managed to get out before Sheila stormed into the bedroom. But on her way out, Sheila observed the pizza box, and when she saw Deacon pretending to sleep on the couch following all that crazy drama, she became suspicious. It appears that Sheila will conduct some research throughout the episode, which might entail asking Hope Logan Spencer about the alleged supper she had with Deacon. Sheila might have a strong suspicion that Deacon asked her to lie on his behalf, based on Hope's uneasy response. Sheila will grow closer to unraveling the riddle and discovering Deacon misled her the more the facts begin to fit together. Meanwhile, Steffi will find that something is amiss when she returns from camping. Steffi will demand to know what occurred and be shocked when her mother comes clean, since Taylor will be tense. Even worse, Taylor welcomed Deacon into Steffi's house despite Steffi's insistence that they remain separate. But Steffi will be furious because Sheila showed up and almost caught them in bed together. Steffi might maintain that she was aware that if Deacon and Taylor continued to play with fire, something similar might occur. Steffi will be horrified by Taylor's announcement, because Sheila might put the pieces together and turn Taylor into her next victim. Steffi will undoubtedly dread the worst because she has personally witnessed Sheila's tendency to lose control. Keep an eye out for the tense scenes ahead, as teasers for The Bold and the Beautiful indicate that Steffi will lose it on Taylor and yell some warnings. In order to evade Sheila's discovery of his infidelity, naked Deacon flees and hides in bushes. According to previews for The Bold and the Beautiful, Sheila Sharp and the knife she just took from the kitchen will put Deacon Sharp in danger. Fans were hopeful that Sheila would finally catch Deacon betraying her as she stormed through Taylor Hayes' bedroom door. But given the most recent spoilers, we're going to postpone the big reveal a little bit longer. Deacon obviously didn't let the fact that Taylor's bedroom is on the second floor stop him from jumping out of bed and probably escaping out the window. Deacon might have perceived Sheila's yelling and shaking of the doorknob prior to her dramatic appearance as a signal to leave as quickly as possible. Given that Deacon would wind up naked in the bushes during the episode, it appears that he scaled the side of the house while wearing his birthday suit. Naturally, Sheila might notice some abandoned men's clothing nearby and recognize that she broke up a heated exchange. Sheila may believe that she scared and embarrassed the mystery man to the point where he fled. Sheila might even believe that Taylor was in bed with Ridge Forrester, and that he ran away to escape being discovered having an affair with Brooke Logan Forrester. In any case, Deacon will flee this terrible circumstance and maybe wait for Sheila to go before sneaking back inside to get his clothes. Deacon might check on Taylor and ask her how much Sheila knows. After witnessing Sheila armed and deadly, Taylor would acknowledge how terrified she was. Taylor will recognize that if Sheila discovers Deacon was present, things may go horribly wrong, even if she will think she diverted Sheila's attention. According to additional Bold and the Beautiful spoilers for the week of March 30th to April 3rd, Sheila might be able to figure out the solution quite soon. Don't miss any of the next twists and turns on the CBS soap opera, since the revelation of Deacon and Taylor's affair is sure to cause chaos. The results of Daphne's pregnancy test are in. Will baby Walton be born? According to teasers and updates for The Bold and the Beautiful, Daphne Rose Walton and Carter Walton are full of hope following their recent intense evening together. It's common knowledge that Carter and Daphne are eager to start a new chapter in their lives and have been trying to conceive. This indicates that they are committed to beginning a family, which will result in them spending many evenings together in their quest for a child. Daphne thought they might have created the child that would change their life forever after their sensual meeting in the episode. Carter soon admitted that he felt the same way, even though she realized it might just be wishful thinking. Daphne chose to have another private moment with Carter just to be sure, even though she is hoping for a positive pregnancy test shortly. Daphne's big pregnancy test, a turning point in her life, may be approaching, but the question still stands. Will the findings be as good as she hopes? It's crucial to remember that the scene we just talked about was accompanied by some fairly ominous music, which heightens the suspense. Daphne can be disappointed by a negative pregnancy test result, and it's also possible that her thoughts are only wishful thinking. Carter and Daphne may not be aware of any underlying infertility problems at this time. However, it's also possible that Daphne has actually become pregnant, in which case she will be overjoyed when her pregnancy test results confirm it. Carter and Daphne may experience a surge of enthusiasm as a result, but there's a chance that the baby's future won't be as promising as they had hoped. It's possible that the foreboding music hinted at a future miscarriage. What if Daphne and Carter are completely heartbroken by the loss and their marriage is irreparably damaged, considering that Daphne has imagined such a life-changing child? Although it's a somber idea, one can't help but sense that a dramatic turn of events is imminent. There is no way that this plot could be as simple as Daphne wanting a child with Carter and receiving one. Keep an eye out because spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful suggest that Carter and Daphne may have to deal with some devastating news in the future. Lately, Daphne has been struggling with her conscience. She is aware that their separation resulted from Ivy stealing Electra's letter to Will. Daphne is an ardent advocate for Will and Electra's romance. She senses their love and is aware that it hasn't vanished overnight. Ivy, however, vowed to keep it a secret. She is opposed to her niece dating a Spencer man. Carter even cautioned Daphne against interfering with other people's business at work. He stated unequivocally that he would not become involved in the developing young drama. He advised his wife to follow suit, but she feels bad about not acting morally. Ivy may be aware that Daphne was brought to Forrester Creations by Steffi in order to separate Hope and Carter. In Los Angeles, secrets do occasionally come to light. That is one long-kept secret. It's also possible that Ivy learns that Daphne requires a visa, which is most likely the reason she married Carter and wanted to begin having children right away. Ivy experienced a similar situation. After filing immigration paperwork wrong, she was on the verge of deportation. Liam married her as a result of this circumstance so she could stay in the U.S. But when he learned that Ivy was a dual citizen, their marriage fell apart. Daphne has not been blackmailed by Ivy. All she said was to keep it to herself. However, if there is no connection between them, Ivy owes her nothing. Daphne had every right to tell Electra what had transpired. Instead, she continues to debate the issue with Ivy. Why is she following Ivy's instructions? In the Baby Beth plot, for instance, those who were aware of the truth had their own motives for remaining silent. Zoe wanted to defend her father, Flo wanted to stay out of jail for her part in the incident, and Thomas wanted Hope for himself. Ivy's secret was discovered by Daphne, and she has nothing to lose. Is it possible that she will reveal the truth to Will and Electra?